Cockney Italians, it means like, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Just gently lean back. It's a really good idea for a scent called Revenant. The sweet smell of revenge.
Smell of revenge. And we've evolved to look pre-scalped.
Yes. This woman took a horse, carved it up, butchered it, hung it up to dry, put hides over there to build a smoker. Well, that's blooming legendary, Gav.
It's not just legendary, it would have made a great Insta story, wouldn't it?
Hello and welcome to podcast number 27 of Bloomin Legends. I'm Johnny Vaughan. This is Gavin the Woodman Woods. You all right there, Gav?
Yeah, really good.
Gav,
yes.
I'm going to start with an apology, actually.
Why?
Well, not an apology, but a sort of disclaimer.
Why?
Well, normally, you know, I wear quite a nice rugged cologne. Right?
You do, yes. You've got a lifelong fascination with skincare and male scent.
Yes, yeah.
Go on.
I have.
You do.
But you might notice I smell...
Yeah, you smell a bit flowery today.
Yes.
Like potpourri.
I smell sort of like I'd say
like a 70s bar of Palmolive.
No, I smell like an aging cleaning woman.
What is that smell?
Well, it's sort of... What it is that they've changed the powder, obviously, at my laundry where I get my shirts laundered.
Right.
And for some reason...
It's got a certain scent to it.
This batch of shirts have come back just smelling disgusting. I mean, really smelling like a sort of... Do you know what I mean?
It's a very 70s smell. It's like air freshener.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
And I just keep getting these sort of thermals. It's like I'm sort of permanently hugging a cleaning woman. You know?
Well, you know.
Not like, or just like, you know, like you're out, Mr. Vaughan, come in. What can I get you, lads? What can I get? Pint of the usual? You know,
that is what you smell like.
That's what I smell like, don't I?
That's what you smell like you're going to sound like.
I mean, if there was a scent, they should call it Seaside Landlady. Do you know, that's what it smells, doesn't it?
Not Electric Landlady.
No.
Not Electric Ladyland.
No, wait. Wait a second.
Electric Landlady. Yes.
Fantastic.
That's what roadies call the album Electric Ladyland.
Do they?
It's that sort of world weary.
Is it electric?
Let's have a little listen to Electric Landlady.
Well, this is Seaside Landlady.
Right, okay.
It really is.
Which is distinct from the scent you wanted to develop called Groundsman.
Yes.
Which was the smell of two-stroke oil and grass cuttings.
Creosote. Yeah, and a bit of like pine wood in there.
Pine
like
wood,
shed. But it's just the most disgusting smell. I keep, because it's quite a hot day.
It is very
out there.
powerful.
Well, I was cycling in, I just kept getting these horrible sort of thermals. It's like I was giving a baccy to a pensioner, you know.
It's like you're wearing one of those cleaning lady tabards.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it's like I put on someone's tabard and I've gone out cycling. A high vis. Anyway. Luckily, you can't smell it.
No,
but if you could,
this is not smell-o-vision.
You wouldn't really like it.
No,
it's not.
No.
So I'm saying if I don't see myself today, it's 'cause I'm not wearing my usual scent. I smell like a stranger.
That's right. Yeah.
Good name for an album. Smell like a stranger. The smell of stranger. That's right. If you can think of any really decent names for sort of aging, for sort of an old deer. In fact, there's another good name for a thing. Old deer. That's what I smell of. That's exactly what I smell of.
On the bottle.
Yeah, old deer. Maybe you call it...
As opposed to Old Spice.
Yeah,
just
old deer. That's genius. Maybe in the range it's like Queenie. Yeah. You know what I mean? The Duchess. Anyway, can I just say, you can get in touch. bloominlegends@global.com and you can send us some of your suggestions for...
Yeah, or comment below on YouTube.
Or comment below on YouTube if you can think of a really good... for the part of the old deer range of products. Anyway, Gav, that's it.
Yes, go on.
And so we come to the business of today's podcast 27. Sorry for, what's the old expression? Fannying around there at the top.
Yes.
But, God, this smell is...
I know, I'm getting
horrible.
it here.
It's horrible.
Stop moving.
Sorry.
I'm getting wafts.
But it's so fresh.
Every time you gesticulate, I get a little...
I sort of feel I should be wearing like a sort of silky belted blouse with a great big lacy bra. And I should bustle through.
And tuck things in your bra. Yeah.
Are these uns dead, lads? I'll have no nonsense in my pub.
Not here.
Yeah, they won't have any nonsense here. Gav.
So, yes, Johnny.
It's podcast 27. Now,
Yes.
I've texted you a couple of times and I've asked you just for a bit of a heads up because sometimes I like to know about the era we're going into.
Sure.
But you wouldn't tell me anything.
No.
Okay,
This is a survival story.
Is it?
It's a little bit... There's a hint of the Revenant about this story. But today's Bloomin Legend... A whiff, yes.
Good. Another good name for a scent.
It is.
Revenant.
Yes. a whiff.
Yeah, it was quite a vengeful smell.
It
The
is.
smell of
Sweat, bears, and,
no,
death.
No, you just smell of vengeance.
Yeah.
Smell the sweet smell of revenge.
Stop making up movie
Sorry,
titles.
no, but I'm just saying it's a really good idea
is.
for a scent called Revenant. The sweet smell of
The
revenge.
smell of revenge.
Smell of
The sweet smell of violent
of
revenge.
vengeance, of wrath. No, another great name.
Stop it. I keep picturing the bottle. Wrath.
No, but it's weird, isn't it? That,
Yeah.
that in modern marketing, maybe this is where we're going wrong with Bloomin Legends.
Go on, yeah.
Well, is that whole thing as because greed is good.
Right, yeah,
Do
the
you know
little
what I mean?
strap line. Yeah,
Naughty
yeah.
but nice.
That's right,
You
yeah,
know, and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
that
yeah,
thing which
yeah.
Salman Rushdie thought up incidentally.
Was that Salman? Was he in advertising
Yes,
in
he
those
was.
days?
Yes,
Was he?
He thought up naughty but nice,
Wow.
and I think in that he flipped the whole game because suddenly you do get like sense called envy.
Yes, you do.
Lust.
Yeah, yeah.
I might have made that one up,
Sure,
but
yeah,
it's essentially the 7 deadly sins. You know.
Yeah, it's not going to be long.
Yeah, greed.
You're right, greed.
Yes.
Avarice.
Yeah, avarice. Right. Wrath. Pride.
For the greedy man in
yeah,
you.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's not going to be
Anyway,
long.
Let's crack on, Gavin.
So,
Stop messing around.
Bloomin Legend number 27, John, is a woman called Marie Dorion.
Right.
She was described as the frontier's toughest woman ever.
Okay.
The quick bio is she was a French sous.
Sorry, Gavin.
Go on.
Don't worry. All I can think now is frontier. From Marie Dorion.
Yes.
Frontier.
Frontier's woman.
Yeah, frontier's woman. No, frontier
Horizon.
woman and frontier man.
Yeah.
From Marie.
Dorion.
Yeah, Marie Dorion.
That's
a
right.
great name for our perfume outfit.
It is. Anyway, she was a French Sioux woman and the only female member of the Astor Overland Expedition to the Pacific Northwest.
Was she?
A true pioneer, she survived the 1812 murder of her husband and a brutal winter by
Hey,
trekking.
wait a second. What do you mean she survived the murder of her husband?
Her husband was murdered.
Yeah, but why would you-
Well, she had to then survive a long journey without her
Oh, right.
husband.
Guys, sorry. I thought she murdered him.
No.
right.
She didn't murder him. No. She survived the loss of her husband.
I was going to say, if there was just two of them, it's suspicious.
No, exactly. Yeah. Always.
Yeah, there was a gang of them, but only I survived. Because in those days they tended not to let women survive.
Didn't
At
they?
any rate, no, they took them with them. That was
Right,
that was
of
that
course,
was their
yeah,
big bounty, wasn't it?
And she survived a brutal winter by trekking over 200 miles on foot through snow-covered mountains with 2 young sons. So she's born in 1786.
Okay.
She's born Marie Dorion, born in what is now Iowa,
Right.
to a French-Canadian father and a Sioux mother.
Okay.
She grew up in the Métis. This is a group of people as part of the early Canadian people. There were 3 groups, the First Nation tribes around those North America and South Canada
Because
areas.
that was a big group of tribes, wasn't it? that sat
Loads
down.
of different tribes.
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
the Iroquois were really part of
That's
that.
right.
And, they
the
formed.
and that's right.
It
And
was
then,
like OPEC, except with no oil or
Right.
anything. Just
and then you have the Inuit further north.
Yeah.
And then you had the Métis, which were descended from European, French, Scottish, and English 1600s. This is quite early.
Yeah.
And Cree native tribes.
Yeah.
And that became a sort of a group for a while.
Yeah.
And that's where she was part of.
what's your favourite sort of tribe name?
I like the name Blackfoot.
I was going to say.
I love the name
I know why
Blackfoot.
you do as well.
Well, because there was a 70s rock band called
Blackfoot Sioux.
Called Blackfoot. Yeah.
I think I'd go. I just like the name Cheyenne.
I love the name Cheyenne. I love the name Crow. That's
Crow.
a great sounding
Cree's good.
Cree.
Just
Absolutely.
Cree.
Yeah. Well, the Métis were a mix
Yeah.
of settler and Cree.
Yeah.
So yes, that's what she was born into. She grew up in the Métis and French fur trading world. It was already a trade at the time. She could ride, hunt, trap, and swear in multiple languages.
Okay.
Long before
What do you
most.
mean she could ride in languages?
She could ride in any language. She could ride a horse in any language.
She could ride in German.
She
She could ride German horses.
What is your favourite language for swearing? I think the Spanish have got a special talent for it.
Yeah.
Because they're such long phrases.
Yeah. All that annoys me about the violence of Spanish language is
Yeah.
why any Spanish cab driver thinks because they've got a passenger, it's a perfect time to call everyone they know.
And be on the phone
also,
for the entire journey.
Why have they all got these crises in their lives with their brother calls up and they shout at
They're
him?
constantly on the phone.
Yeah, constantly on the phone. You sense they all own 20 other cars. And
Right.
they're trying to sort. I don't know what they're trying to do.
Are you running the business
are they
while
running
you're
the business
doing...
while you're driving me around? But I think British English is the best.
It is, definitely. And London English is
It really
quite good
is.
for swearing.
Yeah, it's just good. I mean,
you can really stick the landing on certain words.
Look, Americans don't even sound convincing when they say, "You bastard."
No, they don't. They're
bastard.
No.
It's not right.
They don't. There's
You
one
can't be a northerner saying bastard.
No, you can't. I, as you know, wanted to do a film called Ghost Bastards, where you just...
Who are you going to call? Ghost bastards.
You just get some really horrible
Yes.
ghosts in and they deal with it.
But it's quite regional as well. Like for instance, London, there's no "you bastard." It's
No,
not as good as...
no
It's
one
got to
ever
be
does.
northern.
It has to be
Bastard.
bastard.
Whereas bollocks,
Yeah.
when said, say, in the Bermondsey tranche, which is that bollocks.
Yeah, Bollocks.
Bollocks.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is beautiful.
No, I'll tell you what he is, a fucking wanker. Which is,
It's an
again,
art form,
it's
you're
an
right.
art form.
There's one Spanish insult where it's always to do with your mother.
Yes.
But the phrase is "la madre que lo parió,"
Yeah.
which there's no horrible swearing in there.
No.
It just means the mother that
Yeah.
gave birth to you.
Yeah.
And then it's ... And I think it probably has a longer version where everyone knows what the next line is.
What's weird, though, is that these cliches about your mother.
Always about the mother.
About the
yeah.
mother. And yet, you're sort of thinking...
Which means bastard, essentially.
Yeah, but it must have lost its...
It must
You know, it's
have,
like
yeah,
in
yeah.
some languages where you say, "You have 5 fathers."
That's right.
You're thinking, well, you're not insulted by that.
I mean,
That's like
yeah.
medieval.
I
you
wonder
know.
if there's a culture somewhere where you really don't talk about someone's aunt.
Yes.
Rather than
Yeah,
their
right,
mother
right, yeah,
or
right.
their brother or
Right.
something, you know. Afrikaans is pretty good for swearing
Go
as
on.
well. When you want to tell someone to shut up, you say "Munikak praat niemand."
What's that?
Stop talking shit.
Yes.
And "futsek" means
Yes.
go away. It's very onomatopoeic.
Yes. Neapolitan has some really weird ones, which is like things like, if ever you hear, because it's very shh, so
Yeah.
if ever you hear something like, "Come sfascimi fat."
Yeah.
Come
yeah.
sfascim.
But the Italians are
No,
just
but no,
as
if you
flowery,
hear that
yeah.
word, sfascim,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now, you
That's not Italian, that's Neapolitan.
it's Neapolitan,
right.
but try and get anyone to explain what that word means.
Right. And they can't.
They'll go, I mean, it means, when you say that, that sort of Cockney Italian,
yeah.
Cockney Italians,
Yeah.
it means like,
I don't know.
someone once said to me, it means like, what is your sperm doing? I'm thinking, what?
What?
Fuck, how does that translate? Come sfascimifat.
It's always to do with heritage.
Yes, right,
That's
yeah.
the most insulting
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Your father, you're a bastard. Your father's not acknowledging
But
you.
they also say things
Yeah.
like, a family when I say
What's that?
it
Apart
means
from
like, no, it means roughly translated like, give me wank.
Does it?
I know. Anyway,
Oh, so funny.
but I think it only means that if you couple it with that.
Right. Yeah. They've got
Anyway.
some great gestures.
Yeah, anyway.
Anyway, at 16 years old, Marie Dorion gets married to Pierre Dorion. Well, that's where she gets his name. He's an interpreter, a fur trader, and an occasional hothead.
Okay. What do
she-
you mean occasional hot?
Well, we'll see. She would accompany him on selling...
Born again hothead.
Yeah. I love the
He
idea
used to be
of
quite calm.
a
but he-
hothead.
I love that.
She wouldn't stay at home. She would always be with him, even when she had the kids. So she would accompany him on selling routes to Missouri, Nebraska, Arkansas, Iowa, North and South Dakota. This is in the mid 1700s.
Yeah.
Late 1700s. So
Sorry, doesn't Ray Liotta's character in Goodfellas, doesn't he at one point describe Paulie as such a hothead about things? So, yeah, Paulie being such a hothead. When you see Paulie, he really doesn't look like
Not at all, no.
a hothead. But yeah.
she's apparently would have known Sacagawea, famous native Canadian American who lived in that time, who was travelled with Lewis and Clark. Lewis and Clark did that famous expedition to map the Midwest and beyond the lakes, basically.
Yeah.
Exploring Louisiana territory, thousands of miles. Anyway, so in 1810, Marie joins the Astor expedition. So John Jacob Astor, who made his money selling opium from the Ottomans to the Chinese.
Right.
He monopolized
A man of impeccable.
he monopolized the entire fur trade
Right.
for a while, and he also bought loads of real estate in
Right.
New York. So he he wanted to expand his fur trading because he just wanted to own it all. He had agents everywhere, apparently. In 1810, John Jacob Astor, one of America's richest men, he wanted to set up a base beyond the Great Lakes. So they hadn't got past the Great Lakes yet. And his Pacific Fur Company...
When you say beyond, do you mean up north or
No. So you've got... When you arrive in America, you've got New York first.
Yeah, I get it.
And then you've got the Great Lakes, and then you've got the bit beyond it.
Okay, so west of it.
So
west,
getting
west.
into the Midwest.
So you go to Montana around
exactly
there.
right. Yeah. So he hired Pierre, her husband, to translate on the way for their expedition to the mouth of the Columbia River because he knew all the dialects of all the tribes fluently. And Marie joined the expedition with 2 sons, 2 and 4. Now, that is...
Is that what their names are?
No.
I was going to say it's pretty odd, isn't it?
She's on the expedition. These expeditions are deadly. Like you could die.
You're taking a 2-year-old,
and a 4-year-old. It gets even more serious.
Yeah.
So she didn't stay at home. She travelled with him. That's her Bloomin Legend moment number 1. She's going to do... by the way, her husband was on a horse. She was walking.
Wow.
And there's a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Wow.
And she had no iPads for the kids. So this must have been a hell of a task. That for me is a Bloomin Legend moment. That
you know, when you said they had no iPads,
that changes everything,
that really
doesn't
brought
it?
it home.
It really does. You haven't got the old Japanese nanny.
Yeah, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? The old Taiwanese nanny. What are they going to do when it's time to eat?
Exactly.
I suppose they had no headphones either.
No headphones either. No. So you know how hard it is travelling with kids, especially when they're 2 and 4.
Yeah.
The longest plane journey I would ever do is probably Europe, like 2 hours maximum. I had a friend who took 2 toddlers below 3 or 4 years old.
You say Australia, I'm
No.
leave.
He went to Jamaica on a non-stop flight to Jamaica from London.
Yeah, there's no stopover.
And he said... It was like wrestling for 8 hours. He was wrestling for 8 hours.
I've been to Dubai with the kids before when they were 2 and 4.
Right.
Yeah,
same,
2 and 4.
Same.
Split.
Yeah.
And I swear, I might as well have walked them there. I might as well
the amount of managing
walk for a 7-hour walk with a kid down an aisle.
Yeah, and really...
I must have got like 20,000 steps in. And the other thing is...
go on.
Is kids, particularly babies, they know... when you're sitting down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they start crying again.
Absolutely, because they know they can get your attention.
No,
you're not moving around.
I think it's a survival mechanism.
Right.
Because they want to sleep while the parents awake to protect them.
Oh, so they need to know you're moving. That's why they fall asleep in the car or in the pram or when you're walking.
They're safe.
Yes, they know they're safe because they know you're awake.
Right. It's pure Darwinism. I know later someone will do some research to cover this.
I think it's
that's really go like good. This for us. You like that? You're thinking... They're down, and then you just sit on the edge of the
and
bed.
You get
that. And you're thinking, how did they know?
You get that.
You're right, because they're now in danger that you'll lean back and go to sleep. You sort of think, there we go. Yeah. There we go. Just gently lean back. Oh, here we go.
And off they
you get to the point, literally like that.
As you rest.
No.
Yeah, not
They won't
it.
do it because they know you're asleep. And that lessens their chance of survival.
I'd expunged all of that from my memory.
Yeah.
You just do.
Yeah.
It's like your theory about long airport queues.
Yeah.
But you're furious during them.
No.
But by the time you get dealt with, it's like it never happened.
This is why they can jerk you around in airports and trains all the time.
You just cheer up instantly, don't you?
You cheer up instantly, or buses or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, waiting.
It's amazing.
It's my waiting time theory.
It is.
Exactly. It's the opposite.
Absolutely amazing.
As soon as you're on, the relief of being there. You completely, your brain, you cannot remember boredom, so you feel bored.
Right. That's right. It's just gone.
It's gone.
Absolutely.
Whereas
right.
every other emotion you have that's as strong as that. You remember something sad, it makes you feel sad. You remember something funny, it makes it can make you laugh.
Yeah.
You remember something, sort of slightly frightening, but you can get sort of animated, you get chills, you get goosebumps. You cannot remember boredom.
No, you can't.
It's non-evocative because it's too boring.
It's boring.
And
It's been dumped by your memory.
And also because it's most of life.
Yeah, right. Tedium and waiting and
unless that's what our 90% of our brain is using. It's just storing like raw dog.
Boredom experience.
Just
really boring.
Every traffic jam,
Anyway, so Marie packs up the 2 kids and rides horseback through the wilderness to the Pacific Northwest. But it wasn't just the 2 kids she brought with her. She was also pregnant as they set off.
Oh, Christ.
And the expedition, even though well-funded, it was a little ill-prepared.
Gav, I don't care about the era this is happening. Yeah. Just travelling with that woman.
Full stop.
Even now.
Full stop.
Even now.
Exactly. Exactly.
Even now.
Even
she's
now.
travelling with a 2 and a 4-year-old. She's
And pregnant.
And she's on a sodding wagon.
She's walking.
Oh, she's walking. No, but if I was... Can I just say... You want that like you need Yoko Ono sitting in on your recording sessions. Do you know what I mean?
Man.
You know what I mean
That
is...
bad, you think?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, that's how Paul McCartney...
That's quite
does.
extreme,
No,
yeah.
but if you're on that expedition, you're thinking, why are they? And the kids are going to cry and we're all going to die. Because they'll cry and a bear will come. Or the Native Americans and we're just going to die, all of us, horribly.
There's potentially aggressive Native Americans. There's bears. There's there's moose.
Certainly, Gav.
Bison.
You know we're bald, right?
Yes.
I've got a theory about it.
Go on.
I've got a theory about why baldness survives.
Go on.
And I'm going to tell you now.
Go on.
My theory is that I know because there's testosterone, so baldness does occur.
Yeah.
But the reason it's grown and happened is because I think there's a natural thing in humans to literally genocidally kill other peoples that aren't like us.
Right, yes.
You know, from years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And the way they proved this, because it happened in the West, was scalping people.
Right. And we've evolved to look pre-scalped.
Yes.
So that we don't get
You're right.
killed.
There's no proof you've killed us. What are you going to come away with? A bit of skin? You know, you could have got that anywhere.
You got nothing.
You got nothing on us. Right. Because it's obviously something man does.
That's right. Yeah,
You
wow.
know, the Cowboys, not the Cowboys, you know, the West went over there and they were scalping Indians to prove, because every scalp you got paid for and stuff.
Right, yeah.
But apparently everyone argues over who learnt the trick from where. But you know what? It goes back in history. Scalping and having loads of scalps dangling is a huge human thing.
Is
yes.
it right? All
Big
round
thing.
history. Yeah. And here we are. Yeah, wow.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. What are you going to do now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Take your nose.
Right, now if you
They're
imagine...
going to take our noses
yes,
next.
back then we had big, long...
Yeah,
long hair like that, but
Right.
still just there.
Yeah.
We already look scalped.
You're right, pre-scalped.
Right.
Well, it's the sumo look, isn't
Right.
it? It's bizarre.
Well, no, because they got really thick hair smoothed down. It's
Right.
not the sumo look. They got
Isn't
thick.
it?
They're thick-haired mother. But look at
are,
that.
yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Anyway, so the expedition, even though it's well funded, it was a bit ill prepared. They only had a small number of horses, and most of those had equipment on them. But Marie's husband took a horse, and she had to walk throughout the entire expedition while pregnant.
Right.
In 1811,
So they're doing all this for Astor to set up
a even
fur
further
trading
outpost
right, yeah.
for fur trade.
For fur trade.
After months on the trail, they changed the route, and the group reached a large river called the Snake, and to cross it, they had to trade their horses for canoes.
I love that. River called Snake.
It is, yeah, because it looks like a snake.
It looks like a snake. Because it goes like that.
So they've got no more horses.
What river doesn't?
Right. All
If you're
rivers
gonna
are
go by
snakes.
that.
Yeah.
Every river.
Yeah.
What river's that? River Snake.
Yeah, there's
What's that? A river snake.
There's no river.
That's the river eel.
River tree or
Yeah,
river
right.
bison or
right,
river.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
River elephant.
Yeah, they're all
No,
snakes.
it's a snake.
And we're coming to another Bloomin' Legend moment here.
Okay.
Because they've had to get rid of their horses for canoes. They've traded what they've got for what they need to cross this river. And whilst on the river,
What's your measurement of tits upness?
What, on an expedition like that?
Yeah, when you got to trade the horses.
I mean, you really need horses because they're not just
No,
transport.
you said
but
they said if they'll give us canoes, we've got to give them the horses.
I know, because then what? Once you're
don't
across
know.
the river,
I think-
you can retrade the canoes for other horses.
I doubt it because I bet they're going to.
You won't get the same horses,
you won't
will
get the
you?
same exchange
They won't
rate.
be as good.
Yeah. It's like Travelex.
The guy on the other side will say things like, "There's not much call for canoes around here."
No, it's like Travelex. Though.
Once people have crossed,
Yeah,
you know,
once people have crossed, you know,
they're not really worth much.
No, but they can send them back. Gav.
That's right.
I bet it's like those bureau de changes.
100%,
They might give you with their brethren across the river like a guaranteed exchange.
100%. On the east side, they're this much. On the west side, they're that much.
No way.
So some of the canoes crash into rocks
Oh,
whilst running through the rapids, including her canoe. So supplies are lost. One man gets killed. Somehow she's in a wild whitewater river. She swims to the other side with a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old.
It's not like we'll get some help in town.
No,
Do you know what
there's
I mean?
no town.
There's nothing.
There's nothing.
Just so
And-
what? So a few people can wear fur.
There's no one to phone.
No, but just think how that feels. You're in a river.
Well, you're
You've
fighting
lost
for your
the supplies.
life.
There's one guy dead.
Right.
You got, There's
Right.
only one thing can make that worse.
What?
The sound of drums in the background for when you land. Dum, 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 dum.
And a cloud and a cloud of mosquitoes as you get to the other side.
Right.
Get off. At this point, they continue. Oh, it's not hot, it's snowy. So this is
Yeah.
cold weather.
Yeah.
It's in December. So at this point, they have to continue on foot through the snow from the other side of the river. They've got no horses. They've dumped the canoes. In December 1811, she gives birth.
Imagine just hearing that as your reception.
While you're going through labour
Right,
now,
yeah.
in the snow.
Yeah, while
so
you're in
now
labour.
she's giving birth to the child in the wilderness, and she's got 2 other children. The baby doesn't survive, only survives a few days because of the harsh winter, and they haven't got any supplies.
Oh, man.
I mean, my flight last Portugal was almost an hour late from
Gav, what are you
Gatwick.
doing?
I know how she feels.
So you never told me this is in the winter.
It's unbelievable.
But actually, of course it's in the winter. Winter there is like 8 months.
It's 8 months.
And then when winter breaks,
It's
a
boiling hot
it's
summer.
Really hot.
Really
Like,
hot.
Really hot. And then there's just blizzards of midges. I mean, like yay big.
Really?
Big mofos, who are used to, who've got they're designed to penetrate buffalo and suck
easily,
blood.
yeah.
They're
Got really
for them,
long.
they look at a human and they're like, Christ alive, this is easy pickings, It's unbelievable. It's literally just a big, like a long. Well, it's like a big long pig.
It is exactly
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
Exactly what it is. So by 1812,
No, it's just a big long bag of blood.
it is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. So in 1812, they were now into the new year. They eventually arrive at their destination. It's the
Right.
mouth of the Columbia River, and they set up camp called Astoria.
Okay.
After John Jacob Astor, obviously.
Okay.
From
That's where we get the word Astoria from.
Of
the
course
Astoria.
it is. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
never knew that.
In 1812, a war breaks out over this outpost, forcing the Dorion family to leave and set up their own trapping base because they're
Right.
trapping animals as
Right.
well, back on the Snake River. So they retreat a bit. But after 2 years, Pierre is murdered by hostile tribesmen nearby.
Okay, not trappers.
No. It's,
'Cause they- can I just
it's
say-
probably a trapping war, like they want the territory.
Look, we've seen Revenant, yeah.
Yeah.
Trappers. I mean, there's just no law out there.
Zero
Where you see
law.
like 2 guys who've got all this fur. Now you got the choice, yeah.
I think the lifestyle was if you encounter someone, you kill them
you
and
just
take all their stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's part of trapping.
Yes.
And gold
It's like
prospecting.
banking today.
Very similar, except they do it up front
Yeah,
with
yeah,
a smile.
yeah. It's like
that's
car
right.
insurance now. It's like mortgage brokers.
It's no
Yeah.
different. They've got you.
Actually, no, it's not as bad as that.
No, not as bad as that.
It's not as bad as divorce lawyers.
No,
Something like that.
it's
Yeah.
not as bad as that. So she's now lost her husband. He's dead. And Marie and her 2 sons are left alone in the frozen wilderness of eastern Oregon. There's nothing there.
There's nothing.
No-
No, wait a second. The Oregon, she's getting near the coast.
Yes.
I happen to know
So-
that's one of 3 American states that has a Pacific. That's
Right, yeah.
That's got beach.
So they've got no food, no weapons, no shelter. And she decides that the only way she's going to survive is to trek to another fur trading post.
Hey, wait a second. Are there any towns in Oregon?
Not at
Oh,
this
this
time.
is-
No, this
okay.
is 1812.
No, there must be something there.
Yeah, there would have been small settlements.
No,
but
Seattle
But
must
to
have
get
been.
across the whole...
Yeah.
There weren't that many people getting across. It was all happening now.
Okay,
Do you know what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah,
It was
right.
all happening... Well, actually, mostly 1880s is when it was really happening, once the
No,
railways
it
and
can't be
everything.
that late.
Well, this
Really?
is 1814.
Okay, oh,
so
1814,
There's no
okay.
railway across there or
Yeah.
anything like that.
No.
But anyway, so after...
Well, they haven't invented trains yet.
Yeah, so she decides her
That's
only...
your problem there, Gav.
Well,
I mean, they can build rails and wait for someone to think something up. But it'd be pretty... I've got to tell you, it's out there. I know, I'm going to build some metal rails.
well, this is where we get...
I'd have horse-drawn carts. go
That's
along
right.
there.
Yeah.
right.
So this is where we get to her biggest Bloomin Legend moment.
Go on.
She's now going to take on Hugh Glass in the long, miserable trek status through the
Okay.
wilderness.
Hugh Glass
Yes.
is covered, incidentally, in podcast 3. So if you've got this far, you've probably heard that.
Yeah,
And you know what a wretched journey he had.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that was the Revenant one. Go on.
200 miles Hugh Glass went in
Yeah.
about 6 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
I say if I had been Hugh Glass, I'd have killed a lot.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
No wonder whoever heard his story was thinking, he should have just killed them.
Yeah,
They're
definitely.
total shit.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
100%.
Mercy.
So she decides, after having left alone without her husband, her only way to survive was to trek to another fur trading post. But this place was 250 miles away.
20 miles a day, really.
Yeah.
With nippers,
In the
probably
snow
50.
with a 2-year-old
In
and
the
a
snow, you're
4-year-old.
looking at 6 max. Why is she on her own?
Because she had retreated back to Snake River with her husband and his friends.
Right.
And they had got into this war with this local fight over the territories.
With some Native Americans?
Yes, and they'd all been slaughtered, apart from her and her 2 sons.
Which is really weird.
Well, maybe they didn't know she was there. Maybe they were killed further away from the camp.
The signs are special, sir. Go on.
It's very odd. Anyway, so she decides, and this is definitely her main Bloomin Legend moment, she decides, just making the decision to trek 250 miles with these 2 boys. That's unbelievable bravery. Unbelievable. So, 9 days into the trek...
She's not my mum.
Oh, can you imagine?
God, man.
9 days into... Stop complaining.
They should have been put in care, those kids.
9 days into the trek...
It's very rare you hear me say that.
She has got 2 horses with her, unlike before, but one of her horses collapses in the mountains. This turned out to actually be a bit of a blessing because she processed all the horse meat. She smoked it all and kept it with her so they would have food with them while they kept going.
How long did that take? Well, you're saying this woman took a horse,
she
carved
smoked
it up,
she
butchered it,
smoked the horse
hung it up to
meat.
dry, put hides over there to build a smoker, but was able to preserve meat. Well, that's blooming legendary, Gav.
It's not just legendary. It would have made a great Insta story, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
it's the kind of thing you see on Instagram, isn't it?
Like raw dog.
I came to an island and I'm eating a fish that I've cooked on a stone.
Well, it didn't matter the horse died. That's fed me and the kids.
That's right.
This is proper living. Forget school. This is how children are meant to live. You get those sort of middle class parents in
Absolutely.
sort of woods in Gloucestershire.
That's right.
Make out this is how they're living. Rather than send them to school.
That's right. So by this point, winter has set in again, and she's made the decision to build a shelter to wait out the worst of the weather.
I thought you were going to say a shelter.
A shelter.
Go, what's that? You go, it's a
type of smokery.
It's a smokery. What I'd love is if at the end of this you tell me, and that's how she's set up, as you know it now. You say Burger King.
Burger King. Oscar Mayer Bacon.
She married Oscar Mayer. And she married Vienna, a guy from Vienna, and they set up Vienna beef sausages.
That's right.
There you go. But it's not going to end like that, is it? It's not going to end like that.
This kind of answers your question in a way because she builds a shelter. So she's got all this meat.
Yeah.
She's built a shelter and she thinks we'll just stay here and see out the weather.
Yeah.
Because if we try and trek, we'll just freeze.
Yeah, what about all those tasty foods, though?
Well, she's got
tooled up?
She's got a whole horseworth of meat.
I know that'll feed about 800 people.
Right.
Well, no, not that many. A cow will feed 800.
Right. Well, there you go. So that's one person for 800 meals.
That's
well,
800. It's about 800 burgers or steak. But if basically that's what you're getting out of it. It's not as efficient as a pig.
Right.
You can eat a lot.
Right. Well, the 3 of them survived 2 months in this shelter in this middle of nowhere.
And I guess also it's frozen, isn't it? Because it's cold.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It's like living in a big fridge.
So,
which is, it's got its plus and minus. I mean, I suppose the downside of that is hypothermia.
Right.
Is,
absolutely, yeah.
You got your food stays fresh.
Right, that's true.
So there's the 2 sides of
no Inuit ever drinks
survivalist lifestyle.
What you're trying to say,
fucking Oregon.
What you're trying to say is no Inuit ever drinks a warm beer.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Well, not up there.
No, they don't. It's always just right there.
Have you ever eaten horse?
Not knowingly.
What's that mean?
Well, it means I've eten all kinmes of salami in my life.
Oh, yes, right.
And I've had burgers in different parts of Europe or whatever. I don't know.
Well, I once went to Paris.
Yes.
And someone ordered it. They said they have the burger. I said, I'll have the burger as well.
Cheval.
In fact, it was actually because I joined later.
Right.
I said, it looks lovely. It's great.
Uh-huh.
But it's one of, you get those friends who sort of love pushing their appetites into those areas that a lot of people aren't comfortable with.
Right, just to experiment.
No, they just sort of, that's what they sort of like it. Like they like jugged hair.
Oh,
they like things that actually look like an animal.
To be like pioneer
they
eaters.
They like sort of spooning things out of a pig's head.
Yeah, I've got you.
No, go on.
Yeah,
really casually. Suddenly,
not a problem.
As they go through an eye.
Have
you not tried the sheep's eye?
Yeah, I know.
Delicious.
I'm not one of those guys.
So nice with mint. And those people who sort of eat.
I get it.
These things that you and I would find horrendous.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they were having a horse burger.
Right. And did you try one?
Yeah, I did.
And?
Well, you just take a taste, and instantly it's stable. It actually tastes of horse. There's no mistake about it.
And you can straight away tell it's not beef, it's not lamb, it's not
absolutely,
something else.
Absolutely, really does.
Interesting.
tastes like horse.
Right.
I mean, he really does. I mean, no doubt about it. It's like,
Cheval.
yeah, sure.
Tastes like horse.
Sure. No,
Is
it
that a
doesn't.
new scent?
No, but there was a smell of horse.
Yeah,
There
of
was
course,
cheval. There really
Yeah.
was. But, yeah. No, but you know that smell of stable. It's unmistakable.
Wow.
Or even if you're around horse people,
Yeah,
they all
yeah,
smell
yeah.
of horses.
Oh,
Don't you?
there's a smell.
Have you ever known people who are like those riding families?
Not really. I know. I haven't hung out with lots of horsey people.
Well, I lived
lot.
for a while
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Rutland, which had more.
Right.
When I was a kid,
Yeah, I've
had-
never lived in the
well, it had more
countryside.
horses
Yeah, yeah.
than people.
Right.
So you used to go around to people's houses.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a whole
yeah.
house full of fucking horses. You know, the kids
Yeah,
smell.
because there's a cat smell.
yeah.
And there's a horse,
There's a horse smell, yeah,
There's
but-
a pig smell. There's
Yeah.
a farmyard smell.
Yeah,
but
there's
you're,
sort
you're
of feral
right.
kids running around in like
Yeah, yeah.
jodhpurs.
Yes,
you know,
right.
it's
and,
all the
and
time.
the smell of
and-
horse
Yes, yeah.
and leather tack.
Yes.
And bridles and things.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
Generally,
yeah, yeah.
one parent rode, the other was an alcoholic.
Definitely.
You know, but any combination, but that was
Yeah.
generally the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
She also did some real Bear Grylls stuff. She took the mane, the hair from the mane of the
Oh,
horse.
what did she do?
She created
Made nappies.
She created a glider. No, she
No,
didn't.
what did she do? Did she make nappies?
No, she made trapping nets out of it
No.
to trap rabbits, and that's partly what she lived on. She would trap rabbits.
It's nice. So it's not just there's other things on the menu.
No, it's not just
Horse or rabbit.
No, Mum.
Horse or rabbit.
I don't
rabbit,
want horse.
Rabbit, please, Mum.
Are they both smoked again?
Yeah.
But this is a story told by the sons after
The
her
really
death.
specials. There's fox. I've got fox on there.
Yeah, bit of fox.
Fox.
Bit of fox.
Come.
Another Bloomin Legend moment. She fended off a pack of wolves
No.
away from her two sons. Because obviously wolves and bears, they'll smell any meat you're cooking
Yes.
from miles. And
That's
if
your
you're
danger.
if you're staying in the same place, then they'll find you.
Yeah, but Gav, this is
if
what
you're
gets
up,
me.
if you're downwind of them, they'll smell you.
You know, Gav,
Yeah.
anything that lives anywhere snowy or
Yes.
cold has the most crazy sense of
smell. Yeah.
Because there's nothing really to smell, so they
That's
can.
right.
The
Yeah,
slight
yeah,
has
yeah,
to be
yeah,
honed.
yeah.
So
That's right.
Slightest,
Yeah. I
Slightest
think
little
bears have the most acute smell of any land.
Polar bears.
Any land animal.
No, polar bears.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
Polar bears. Apart from
Because they can smell a seal under the ice.
yes,
Because they'll break ice with their front
the
claws.
human power of I think smelling anything, any putrid meat
Yes.
is greater than a shark's ability to scent blood in water.
Which is famously
Which
amazing.
I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I'm pretty sure it is the most powerful scent. Scents in the animal kingdom. There's two factors. One is putrefaction.
Yes.
Anything going off, and the other is the first whiff that rain is coming.
It does have a smell, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Yes,
But we can
yes.
smell that like years. Yeah. What is that smell? It
It
smells
is.
like wet hippie.
It smells like cricket.
Yes, it does. It smells like cricket. Gav, I'm really with this story.
This is
As
amazing.
I expect our listeners are.
So they're in this shelter. They've survived these couple of months of winter. Once they begin to trek again, the remaining distance, they struggled for food again. And Marie was picking tree bark for their kids to feed, like the softer bit inside the tree bark, the sapwood or whatever it's called.
That's what you know
She
things
walked
about.
so far in the moccasins that she just walked through them. They disintegrate.
Yeah.
And she carried on walking barefoot in snow.
What about the kids?
They were walking with her.
Okay.
After 50 days, her sons got sick and they couldn't walk. So she dug a hole in the snow and lined it with fur that she had and hid them inside. And then she ventured off alone on another trek to seek help because she knew she was just trying to find like a local tribe or
She
someone.
deserted her kids, hasn't she?
Not quite. They
Okay.
returned back to the sons with this the Walla Walla tribe. they
Don't
were
tell
called.
me.
They nursed them back to health, and she eventually made it to the safe house, exhausted. But all three of them survived.
Wow.
We're being asked here by our producers, is this a better survival tale than The Revenant? And I'm saying yes. It's the same sort of distance, same sort of time as well.
Okay.
She
Gav,
was 50
one,
odd days.
She's not a trapper.
No.
She's not a trapper.
Well, she knows how to trap. but
She certainly learned.
Yeah.
But she's got kids, and already, if you think of what a shag it is,
Yeah.
even going to like the Emirates,
Right.
and by that I mean the country, not the stadium.
Yeah.
With a 2 and a 4-year-old, although both
On a plane.
both a real shag on a plane
With no
through
bears.
airports.
There's no bears on planes.
If I just go to Malaga,
Right.
that passport queue since we left Europe,
Oh, man.
just anything.
Oh, man.
Anything with toddlers. Anything at all. Anything.
Yeah, I'm putting her above Hugh Glass.
Absolutely.
I think it's a bigger
right.
achievement.
Now, if Hugh Glass has had 2 toddlers, that's a test of manhood.
Different story. Because as you say, if you are a trapper,
Yeah.
you're trekking all the time.
Yeah.
That's your life.
Yeah, but trappers probably not so good with children.
Definitely
That's
not
probably,
so good
that's
with
probably
children.
one of the upsides of being a trapper.
Absolutely.
You've got to do with
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
right.
It might be a reason why some people were trappers.
Yes.
Their family,
I'm off trapping
their
for 2
family
years.
stayed in the cabin,
and
they went
they're
trapping.
yeah.
So from 1814 onwards, she survives all this. She settles in Willamette Valley and remarries. She becomes known as a healer and a herbalist and the woman who could survive anything. She had more children. She worked as a midwife and died peacefully in St. Louis, Oregon in 1850. So she lived to 64, which, as you know, is 120 in today's money.
It's more than that, Kev.
It's unbelievable.
It's about 200.
It's about 200
It's
years
200
old
years
in
old.
today's money,
It's
isn't it?
200 years now,
It's a couple of
See,
about
200.
200 million
It's like
years.
dog years.
It's like
Times, back then, you multiply it by 7. She lived to be 420. It's dog years, Kev. That's fantastic. Let's salute her, Kev.
Let's salute her. What a blooming legend.
Marie Dorion. Bloomin
Blooming
Legends.
legend.